Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, wa ba'd. The title of my short presentation is The Way Forward. Why should we think about this? Because it's our turn now. Why our turn? Because we are the people in the moment. All change is given into the hands of people in the moment to bring it about. Those people are us, you and I. Why should we be concerned? Because this concerns all of humanity, irrespective of where you live, irrespective of your religion, irrespective of your political preferences, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of everything. What I have to say concerns everyone. So please think about it in that context. We are like people who are caught in a storm. Imagine you are on a beautiful clipper sailing ship, but you're caught in a storm. On the one hand, you have to deal with terrible waves and tides and storm force winds, and on the other side you have rocks which are waiting for you to wreck the ship on it. When you are in this situation, and that's the situation that all of us face today, we have to be able to do two paradoxical things simultaneously and do them well. The first one is to be aware of our surroundings, all that is happening to us. We cannot ignore that, because if we ignore that, we will sink. And simultaneously, we have to take ourselves out of that and stay focused on the goal, which is to navigate the ship to a safe harbor. Two paradoxical things. If you allow the forces around you to distract you, they will sink you. And if you ignore those forces completely to the sense that you don't even know what is going on, then you will never reach your goal, because they will sink you. There are three critical conditions to success. Number one, get prepared for the long haul, because this is about forging a new generation. A generation that has completely new goals, completely new ideals, completely new framework of thinking. Goals and ideals and framework of thinking which is based on ethics and morals and compassion and justice, not on the single-minded pursuit of money at any cost. Number two, get prepared for pushback from traditional leaders in every field. Number three, get prepared to work with diverse people. People from different races and religions and colors and nationalities and genders and everything. Be prepared and get prepared to work with people, diverse people, and to live with and deal with a high level of ambiguity. There will not be any clear answers for a long time into our struggle. And therefore I quote Marcus Aurelius. He said, be happy with the smallest progress. Be happy with the smallest progress. And the final point I want to leave with you is, be prepared to become rocks in the foundation. In the construction of any building, no matter how magnificent the structure is intended to be, it begins with a hole in the ground called the foundation. And into that hole in the ground go rocks. Now, if every rock says that I want to be part of this project, but I want to be on the face of it, I want to be on top, I want to be the cladding which people will look at and marvel at, and they look at the reflection of their faces in the shining stone, then this building will never stand. There must be some rocks which say to themselves that I want to be a part of this project so much and so deeply and so intensely and so fundamentally that I am prepared to go into the ground to be a foundation for this project to stand on my shoulders, never to be seen again, unknown to everyone except the maker, the builder. That is what we are looking at today. We need to be prepared to become rocks in the foundation of the structure which will stand on our shoulders, inshallah. There are three fundamental problems that I want to talk to you about. And I'm going to focus a little bit on Muslim society. The first one is education. Our education over the past almost 300 years has become fractured. We teach about the book of Allah, we teach about the creator as if there is no creation. And we teach about the creation as if there is no creator. Completely fractured. It is sectarian. We teach about our particular madhab and our particular sect. And our education is utilitarian only. Focus of education, how to make money, that's it. We do not teach philosophy, we do not teach humanities, we do not teach ethics, values, morals. Not as a subject. We do not teach manners at all. Number two, our leadership, which is feudal and sectarian and very short-sighted. It's feudal because we have zero tolerance for dissent. We see potential able assistants and people to successors, potential successors. We see them as a fundamental threat to ourselves. Our leadership in our organizations is for life. Our leaders in our organizations have no retirement age. This is how kings rule, dictators rule, sultans rule, and that is how we rule. So our leadership is feudal, it is sectarian, Shia, Sunni, this, that, whatnot, Salafi, Hanafi, Shafi, Barelvi. We will not even pray behind each other, and very, very, very short-sighted. And number three, Muslim society is disunited. We are blamers, net exporters of blame. Whatever happens to us is always somebody else's fault. And we have got a stage which I call learned helplessness. We do nothing to change ourselves. We will not invest time and money. We will not invest energy. We always want someone else to do something, to do things for us. We want someone else to bleed for us. And therefore, my submission to you is that to continue like this or to change is our choice, and this will be our legacy. Therefore, we need to focus on three things. Number one is unity. I'm talking about a complete mind change. Unity, to forge a common identity based on the kalima. On La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. They asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, who is a Muslim? He said, the one who says the kalima, who prays in the direction of the Kaaba, and who eats what we slaughter. That's it. We have to get ourselves back on that. Leave Aqidah issues to individuals. Whatever they practice, according to whatever dalil they have, leave it to them. That is not your problem. They are not worshipping you. They are worshipping Allah. Leave it between them and Allah. Jannah does not belong to you. Jahannam does not belong to you. Neither does it belong to me. We are nobody to send somebody to Jannah and Jahannam. Let's look at ourselves. Will I get to Jannah or will I end up in Jahannam? That's what we need to think about. So focus on unity. Focus on common problems. It doesn't matter which way you pray and what your aqidah and so on and so forth. Those differences can be there, But we still have common problems. We still have problems of unemployment. We still have problems of drug addiction. We still have problems of children going astray in schools. We still have problems of of security and safety. We still have problems of a very negative and bad image globally. Those problems are common to everyone. Let's focus on those problems. Number two, remember that there's no need to agree on theological issues. It's quite okay for people to have different theologies. We can still live together very harmoniously, loving each other as brothers and sisters, helping each other. Even if somebody is prays in one way and we pray in some other way, no problem. And number three, learn to disagree without being disagreeable. That is a very, very important. Adab al-ikhtilaf, the etiquette of disagreement. Encourage dissent and teach people and learn for ourselves how to disagree. Number two, for this we need to create an Ummah Council. I suggest this is done in each city, in each town, whichever way, in whichever country you live in, whatever is the way to structure this. Go ahead, you're free to do that. Elect leaders based on character and demonstrated commitment. Don't elect somebody because he had this position in government, or don't elect someone because of this and that. No, based on character and demonstrated commitment. Number two, structures to promote healthy dissent and collaborative decision making. In the Ummah Council, we need to create these structures. How will you deal with conflict? How will you deal with encouraging dissent? Helping people to look at the other side of everything. I'm a corporate consultant in leadership, and we do this constantly in our corporate board meetings, and also cascaded down the line in our operational meetings. We call this worst case scenario planning. What will you do if everything fails? A standard question I ask almost all of my corporate clients: what is it that will kill you in 3 years? We need to do that. Promote structures to promote healthy dissent. And we must have this Ummah Council, as I said, for each city or whatever division you want to do that. This will create for us an independent but collaborative structure with dispersed power. We are not talking about one king of the world, no. Dispersed power across countries, across the world, but people who will collaborate for the common good. Second thing is, you need money, because you need money for things to move. We have zakat, but zakat is very strictly regulated according to the Quran, which we don't have authority to change that. So we need to create a central fund. Now again, central fund not is a global central fund, but central fund for each city and so on, which they can again collaborate to put together if they like. Very simple. The fundamental structure of the fund is for each person to contribute a small amount which won't hurt. A small amount which is possible for every man, woman and child. So every person must contribute. Because I'm talking from an American perspective, I say $5 a day, which is the cost of one coffee in Dunkin' Donuts. One Americano coffee, no cream, no sugar, small Dunkin' Donuts, $5. So contribute $5 per day, every man, woman and child. Different countries, make your own, do your own numbers. You will be surprised how much money you will collect. And it is individually, each person gives $5, doesn't hurt anybody. That $5 that person is spending anyway on this or that, they're going to now spend that for the sake of the Ummah, for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and may Allah reward them. This central fund must be used only for collective Ummah projects. This is not to give financial aid to somebody, this is not to help someone out by giving them school fees or something, no. This is for collective Ummah projects only. And the local Ummah Council will decide on those projects. And remember, we are answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from whom nothing is hidden. Third thing is education. We need to completely and totally revamp and change our education system and create a holistic, integrated teaching methodology combining theology and science with a strong emphasis on akhlaq, on manners. Education is not only to earn a living, education is for life, not only for a living. And we need to bring that in. The details of how to do that, I have done lectures on this. I will send you the links on this in the description of this. Please take a look. For this education, we need the highest quality teachers, highest quality facilities and technology. Whatever can be afforded, and that's the reason why we need to settle fund. I'm talking about top quality education, not just somebody who has nothing to do at home. Well, let me go and teach in the maktab or the madrasa. No. You're talking about people who know how to teach, who are qualified to teach, who understand child psychology, and who are completely and totally dedicated to teaching and providing the best possible education that they can provide. And in the whole of this process, to have strong processes to develop leadership. Again, that's a specialization. That is my specialty. And of course, there are many people like me who have specialized in leadership development. Get one of them to do that, teach that specifically. It won't just happen. Because remember, we are talking about a new generation who's wired differently, think differently, decide differently, who move differently. As I told you, this is our time. And what we do here will decide how we will be remembered. So I want to leave you with this one line. How would you like to be remembered? Or what would you like to be remembered for? Jazakallahu khair wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.